Welcome to Hauntcore Vault. If you are ready for horror tales, you are in the right place. If you are new, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to know where are you from and what time you are watching. Let's begin.
I'm not sure who I'm making this video for. Maybe it's just for me. A few days ago, I was cleaning my apartment. Just a normal Sunday, music on, cleaning out drawers, trying to feel like I have control over something. In the kitchen, wedged all the way in the back of the cutlery drawer, I found this old USB stick. No label, covered in dust. I don't remember ever owning it. At first, I thought it might be from work, or maybe something I borrowed and forgot to return. I almost threw it away. But curiosity got the better of me. When I plugged it in, there was only one folder. Inside were 6 video files. No names, just dates. The most recent one was from the night before. I opened the first file. It took a second to understand what I was looking at. It was a video of me, sleeping. The camera angle was high up, like it was placed in the top corner of my bedroom. Night vision. I was just lying there, breathing, still. I watched the second video, then the third. Each one was from a different night, always of me, in bed, same position, different times. But the fourth video, the angle was different, lower, closer, like it was sitting right next to my bed. The fifth one was taken from my hallway, through a crack in the door. And the sixth video, it was named Now. I didn't open it at first. I just sat there, staring at the word, Now. Eventually, I clicked. The video opened. It was the same as the others, same grainy green night vision. But I was awake in this one, sitting at my desk, wearing the same clothes I had on right then. Same lighting, same background, same everything. And the camera angle? It was coming from inside my closet. I ran to it. Nothing. But there was another USB on the floor. I haven't plugged it in yet. I don't think I want to know what's on it.
I know this is going to sound paranoid, but someone is copying my routine. And I don't mean inspired by me or some weird coincidence. I mean down to the minute. It started about 2 weeks ago. I stopped at my usual coffee shop, same place, same time, ordered my usual. And there was this guy behind me in line. Same order, same name. At first, I laughed it off, told him it was weird. He smiled, didn't say anything. But then I saw him again, at the bus stop. Same time, same route. He got off at my stop, followed the same sidewalk, never said a word. I started noticing him in little places. At the grocery store, reaching for the same brand. At the gym, on the same machine, just after I used it. One night I left work late, way later than usual. I took a different train. He was sitting across from me, not even pretending to hide it anymore, just staring. So I changed my routine. Random coffee shops, different shifts, took a cab, left my phone at home. Thought I lost him. Until yesterday. I went to a friend's place I hadn't visited in over a year. Didn't post anything, didn't tell anyone. As I was walking up to their door, a car pulled up behind me. He got out. Same clothes I was wearing, same shoes. And this time, he smiled again, then said, "You're doing great. Don't stop now." I don't know what that means. I haven't left my apartment since.
I got a call from my own number last night. Not spoofed, not similar. My exact number. I was lying on the couch, watching something, half asleep. Phone buzzed, and I almost ignored it until I saw the name. My own name. For a second, I thought maybe it was a glitch or some scam thing, but I answered anyway. There was silence. Then, my voice. Not live, not quite like a recording either, but it was me. "Hey," it said, "don't freak out." I didn't say anything. I just sat up, completely still. My voice continued. "You're going to forget this in a few minutes. It's fine. You always do." Then it paused, and I heard a weird sound in the background, like static or wind. And then, "Don't take the call on Thursday at 9:16. Let it ring." I tried to ask who it was, what this was, if it was a joke, but my voice just said, "I hope this one works. Last time didn't stick." Then it hung up. I checked the call log. It says unknown, not my number, but I swear for a moment it showed my contact photo. And here's the weird part. I don't remember going to bed last night. I just woke up this morning fully dressed, phone battery at 2%. It's Thursday today, 9:03 a.m. I keep checking the time, and I keep wondering, what happens if I do answer?
I live alone. It's a small apartment, nothing fancy, but I like it. I work remotely, so most days I don't even leave. Just coffee, laptop, same four walls. Last Friday was exactly like that. Didn't leave once. I even had groceries delivered. But later that night, I got a weird notification from my smart lock. 3 unlocks, all at different times. The first one was at 11:13 a.m. The second, 2:47 p.m. The last one, 5:04 p.m. I never heard the door, never saw anyone. I was home all day. I checked the app history. Each time it was labeled Unlocked Manual Override, meaning someone used the actual keypad, or a key. But I haven't given a key to anyone, ever. I started looking around the apartment. Nothing was missing. But my toothbrush was slightly damp. The toilet seat was up. And there were crumbs on the kitchen counter I know I didn't leave. I checked the security cam footage from the front door. But during those 3 times, the feed is just black. Not static, not disconnected, just pure black screen. I've changed the locks, reset everything. But this morning, when I woke up, I had another notification. Door unlocked, 3:17 a.m. And my toothbrush was still warm. I live alone in a quiet part of town. Nothing ever really happens here. It's boring, but safe, or at least it used to feel that way. This started almost 2 weeks ago. The first night, I was asleep and my phone buzzed. A motion alert from my smart doorbell. I checked the app, said someone rang the bell at 2:12 a.m. When I opened the video feed, no one was there, just the porch. I figured maybe it was a glitch, or maybe someone messing around. But then it happened again. Same time, 2:12 a.m. I watched the live feed for a few minutes. Nothing. Third night, same thing. Doorbell rings. I check the feed. No one. No car, no people walking by. Just silence. And I started noticing that it always happened exactly at 2:12. Never a minute early, never late. I looked through the event history on the app, all identical timestamps. That's when it started feeling like a prank. Night 4, I stayed up, sat in the living room with the porch light on and the camera feed open on my phone. At exactly 2:12, the bell rang. I jumped up and opened the door immediately.
Nothing. No footsteps, no car engine, just cold air. But the weirdest part? The camera had no recording for that event. The alert popped up on my phone, but the footage was just black, like it blinked out for 5 seconds. I checked all the other nights, same thing. Each 2:12 event was missing footage. I started getting nervous. I changed the porch light, replaced the camera batteries, reset my Wi-Fi. Still, every night, doorbell at 2:12, no one there, no footage. On the 7th night, I looked more closely at the video just before the blackout, and I saw something, just barely in the corner of the frame, like at the edge of the lens. A shape, a movement, like someone was standing just off to the left, hugging the wall. So I set up a second camera inside my apartment, looking out through the peephole. And I waited. Night 9, 2:12, doorbell, porch cam, blackout. But the second camera? It caught everything. There was a man standing flush against the wall, just out of view of the doorbell camera. Head down, no mask, just standing there. And then he slowly reached out, rang the bell, and stepped back into the blind spot. He wasn't trying to break in. He wasn't trying to be seen. He was waiting. And now that I've seen him, now that I have proof, he's stopped ringing the bell. But every night since, at 2:12 a.m., I hear footsteps in my hallway from inside the apartment.
It started with a box of razor blades. I thought I ordered them and just forgot. No big deal. But then the next day, I got cold medicine. I hadn't mentioned feeling sick to anyone, not online, not in texts, nowhere. But I was starting to feel a little run down. Scratchy throat, slight cough. I figured maybe it was some kind of targeted marketing thing, or Amazon being creepy again. I shrugged it off. But then I got a bag of cat food. I don't own a cat, never have. I checked the label. It had my name, my address, no return sender. 2 days later, a cat showed up on my doorstep, just sat there, staring at the door. I didn't feed it at first, but it didn't leave. Eventually, I opened the bag and gave it some. It stayed, slept outside my window. The packages kept coming. Bandages, a flashlight, antacids, shoe insoles. Nothing expensive, nothing totally random, just useful. Things I hadn't bought but started using. Sometimes even before I knew I needed them. One morning, I found a box by my bed. Inside was a bottle of ibuprofen and a wrist brace. That afternoon, I slipped and sprained my wrist. It's like something is watching me, predicting what I'll need before I need it. I stopped telling people about it after a friend joked, maybe it's your future self helping you out. But then I got the envelope. No box this time, no barcode, just a plain, unmarked envelope. Inside was a photo of me, sleeping. Not from my phone, not from social media, a new photo, angle I didn't recognize, taken from the hallway through a crack in the door. The next day, another package arrived. Inside was a key. Not to my apartment, not to anything I've ever seen before. Just a note underneath it. You'll need this soon. I live in a small apartment building. Nothing fancy. 3 floors, 12 units, paper-thin walls. My neighbor across the hall, apartment 3B, I've never really talked to him. We've nodded, maybe said hey a few times. That's about it. But I noticed something a few weeks ago. He stopped leaving his place. Like, completely. No deliveries, no footsteps, no door opening. And the lights? Always on. The little gap under his door glows constantly, morning, night, middle of the day. At first, I thought maybe he was just a gamer or something, weird sleep schedule. But we share a wall, and I haven't heard a sound from him. No music, no TV, no chair scraping across the floor. Just silence. Around day 10, I started watching the hallway camera feed. My building has one of those cheap security cams by the stairwell. Grainy, low res, but it works. I went back and checked every night for the past 2 weeks. He hasn't stepped out once. No visitors either. But here's the weird part. Every few nights, around 3 or 4 a.m., the camera glitches, just for a second, and when it comes back, the light under his door flickers, like someone moved past it. I knocked once. No answer. I listened close, and I swear I heard breathing. Not like someone near the door, more like someone right against it. Then, 3 nights ago, I caught something on camera. 3:17 a.m. The hallway is empty, and then, for just a split second, the door to 3B opens a crack. Not wide, just enough for a sliver of light to spill out. And someone's eye was looking straight at the camera. I replayed it over and over, tried to pause it. Can't tell what they look like, just that it's wrong. Something about the shape, the skin, like it wasn't supposed to blink. Last night, I came home and found a note slipped under my door. Just one sentence, all lowercase. Stop watching. And when I looked up at the peephole, the lights in 3B were off for the first time in weeks. For just a second. Then, they came back on.
My daughter is 5, and for the past month, she's been talking to someone in her room. That's not unusual, I know. Kids make up imaginary friends all the time. But this is different. She keeps calling them the mirror girl. At first, it was harmless. I'd walk by her room and hear her chatting, giggling, whispering, having full-on conversations with no one. When I asked who she was talking to, she said, "The girl in the closet." I reminded her, we don't have a closet. Her room has a dresser, a toy chest, a shelf, no built-in closet. But she just pointed to the far corner, behind the curtains. "It's there," she said. "You just don't see it because you're big." I thought it was cute, creative even, until a few nights later when I heard her crying. I ran into her room and found her curled up in the corner, covering her ears. I asked what was wrong, and she said, "The mirror girl screamed at me. She said not to tell you her name." I tried comforting her, but she wouldn't sleep in her room after that. She kept pointing to the corner and saying, "She's still there. She's watching." So I moved her bed into my room. She calmed down for a few days. Then yesterday, I found something strange. A little handprint on the inside of my bedroom mirror. I thought maybe she pressed against it with something sticky, until I realized it was too high for her to reach, and it wasn't her hand size. That night, she started talking again in her sleep, whispering like she used to, but with one difference. She was answering questions. Things like, "Yes, I remember the red room." "No, I didn't show Mommy the paper." And once, clear as day, "I said I was sorry. Please stop the scratching." I checked the wall behind her bed this morning. Fresh marks. Long vertical scratches down the paint, like fingernails. And today she asked me if I could move the dresser. When I asked why, she said, "The mirror girl says the tall man is coming now, and he needs more room to stand."
I've lived in this apartment for almost a year now. It's nothing special. Old building, creaky floors, paper-thin walls. I'm used to noise. Pipes rattling, neighbors walking overhead, the usual. But for the past 2 weeks, something new has started happening. Every night, exactly at 3 a.m., I hear the shower turn on. Not a drip, not a creak, full pressure. Water rushing through the pipes like someone just stepped in. The first time, I thought maybe it was my upstairs neighbor. But the sound wasn't coming from above. It was coming from my own bathroom. I walked in, expecting to see steam or condensation or maybe a leak. But the shower? Bone dry. Not even a drop. I figured it was ghost pipes or some kind of backflow pressure. Old buildings do weird stuff. So I let it go. But it kept happening. Every single night. 3 a.m. Water rushing for exactly 17 seconds. Then silence. I called maintenance. They checked the plumbing, nothing wrong. No pressure issues, no faulty valves. They even opened up the wall behind the tub. Said the pipes were unusually clean for an old unit. That word stuck with me. Unusually clean. I started recording audio at night just to prove to myself I wasn't going crazy. And the recordings are clear. At 3 a.m. sharp, the mic picks up the sound of water gushing. I played one of the clips for my neighbor across the hall. She's lived here longer than anyone. She didn't even listen to the whole thing. She just went pale. I asked what was wrong. She said, "That's not your shower. It's coming from the crawl space." I laughed, thinking she was joking. She didn't smile. Then she said, "There's a second unit under yours. It's sealed off. No one's lived down there since 1998. I asked her why. She just said, "Because someone used to turn the shower on every night at 3 a.m. I haven't slept since.